It's everything, it's nothing. It's life that we discussing. From touchdowns to takedowns, from hustling to bluffing, politics to passion. It's all about the journey. Flip the script on the world, never stop. We keep it dirty. Talking hugs, we talking loads. Everything you wanna know. From the top, we set the tone. This is the place to call you home. Welcome to everything but nothing, where every topic's on the table.
Man, I ain't even gonna do no intro in there, man. We just gonna get right into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, what's good, fellas? How y'all holding up today?
Maintaining, pimping, maintaining. I
Yes,
was
sir.
I was gonna ask you, what's the signs, but we're gonna do that right now. How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm always good, man. And the old folks say, man, I'm just trying to make it for the white folks take it.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, man. Shit, man.
Shit,
I
just
got your
work.
back. I fly under the radar though. What Margaret said last time with my poo shiesty on.
Yeah,
Hmm.
wow. Straight low key.
Hmm. Yeah, man. So how do? See, there go one behind me. Give me a second. Hey, I'm doing a podcast. I'll be back. I'll be back in a second. Mm, that was my youngest right there. That's the superstar. He just got back from dance.
Shoot, man. Since the last time we talked, man, I went from I was a aunt, then I turned 45, so I turned into an OG. Now I'm a granddaddy. So we got a new one, new baby on the earth, 4 days old. So I'll drink to that.
Oh shit! Let me
Man.
drink to
Congrats,
Mm-hmm.
that.
man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had to bring my big cup this time because last time I didn't want to get up for the refill.
Nah, we just gotta keep it bottle handy.
Mm.
Yeah, I
I,
got a
I,
nice
I,
four this time, so
well, the last time we all linked up, I did have it down there to the side. I did.
Holy man.
Yes, indeed, man. JP, dark skin, y'all all right?
Yeah.
Oh, that dark
Hey,
skin just told me he had a grandbaby, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Congrats, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Mm. Hey, Rara, you doing some shout outs? Your brother-in-law, he's got a fragrance
Yeah, we gonna
review.
get to all that. Yeah, I'm gonna put them out there. Yeah. It's a
So
couple people
absolutely.
got a few things going
Yeah,
on,
we got
man.
a couple of people, successful people that look like us doing great things.
Dark
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. Say
He
dark
said,
skin.
"Oh
Yeah, man.
man, mm,
But shoot, man. Shoot, I jump right to it with that. With Marcus, with you being a grandpa now, you know what I'm saying? That changed your mind state on a lot of stuff, man. What's been on your mental?
I'll be honest with you. Like over the last like 4 days, my main thing has been like doing real petty stuff to my son, like he was doing when he was little. So,
the water Vaughn,
like,
and
like,
you could give them back. Be like, hey, spoil them and give them right back. You handle that.
right. So, I was like sending them pictures of my watch where it's watching me sleep, where I got excellent score last night and he didn't. Stuff like that. I've been being real petty. I've been enjoying. He came over here. He was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to get out the house for a minute." I said, "Let's go to Lowe's." He goes outside. I was like, "You driving?" And he was just like, "Come on, man." I was like, "Heavy as the crown, man." You got.
Mhm.
He thought he was gonna be able to sit over there and go to sleep. No, you driving, buddy. So I've been petty all week, man. It's been pretty fun. It's a blessing, man. The baby name is Avante Marcus Neal. I was not able to talk him into giving him a Roman name. I really wanted to give him a Roman middle name because his old lady is 6 foot. He's 6'5".
Damn.
And neither one of them is little. I think she like 220 something. He's like 260 something. Like this is gonna be a big fella, right? So I was just picturing it like on some LeBron joint, like coming through the lane, getting ready to punch down on like 4 dudes, and everybody in the stands talking about this is Sparta.
Leonidas pimping.
Activity, right?
Leonidas. I always say if I had a cane corso, I was going to name him Leonidas.
There it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just have another baby. Name him
Nah, pimping. We ain't doing all that.
Talking about Willie.
We ain't doing all that. I think I gave my contribution to the planet Earth. And I took that trash literally when it said spread your seeds. I took that literally. Like, yeah, I did.
How many kids you got?
I did that, but that'd be another podcast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, me? Yeah, we ain't gonna.
I'm always happy when somebody got more kids than me. So you laugh about that. That's a conversation I want to have.
He got you beat.
They're gonna need both their hands.
Yeah, he got you beat.
Fantastic.
I'm a dance hall artist when it comes to children.
The earth.
But I was seeing the earth.
He got 23 kids with 22 baby mothers.
I'm ninja man over here, boy.
Yeah.
They had to have a set of twins somewhere in there. So,
Yeah.
You can't pull out the driveway, boy. Shit.
I wish I could have just popped out twins and got it over with. A whole bunch.
My troop did that. My troop did that in Germany. She had a kid, messed around, and she was very sheltered. Went out there and got pregnant again. I jumped through hoops. I'm writing every counseling statement you can think of to get advances in pay, to filling out forms so she could get an abortion in a foreign country. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Lo and behold, she changed her mind and had them kids anyway, had a set of twins. A year later, she popped up pregnant with another set of twins. I said, God damn, that's a shit.
Yep.
I was PCSing at that point. I was like, good luck and Godspeed. May Jesus be with you at every step of the way.
That boy planting seed in fertile ground.
Boy.
Yeah. That joke, man.
Every time she caught it, boy, she swole up.
Man. And she was ugly as sin too. I was like, man, y'all should be ashamed of y'all damn. So I said, who did it this time? Don't nobody want to raise their hand, huh? Who got Brown pregnant? I said, which one of y'all did it? Everybody try to put their hand down. Don't throw rocks behind your hand. Just, if you did it, you did it, bro. Step up.
But going kind of back to Marcus a little bit, because the baby guy, it bring up a few questions. Like, we know how we was raised, and you know how you raised your son. Now, do you feel like it's something like you say you being petty with him, but you feel like it's something like how you was raised? Not that you don't want to, because none of us want to like really raise our kids how we was raised, but like I don't even know how to word it.
Want more for, more better for.
I know where you're going with it.
Right, I know I know you want better for him, but like, is it something specific? Like, okay, I know this is how I was raised, so I have to make sure he doesn't do the same. You know what I'm saying, with his son.
Yeah. So me and JP was talking about being raised and how what we went through teaches life lessons. So there's a lot of lessons that's taught in struggle and conflict and problems. And so when we was raised up, we was poor. We didn't have a whole lot. We had a lot of family, not a whole lot of material. But you got a blind hit across your head and all kinds of old crazy stuff. You're like, I would never do that to my kid. And we do everything we can for our kids to make sure that they didn't have a poor upbringing, they didn't have a bad time when they was a child. And then what I found is the struggle helped us be strong men, successful men, the drive that's required. While the next generation, or they didn't get that struggle, they didn't get those lessons, and they make some real significant mistakes early in their life. So it's kind of like the strong builds a weak generation, and a weak generation builds a strong generation.
So it's a cycle. So you thinking your grandson gonna be the strong one? Other than him being a fucking Norseman.
Hopefully he's a gentle giant, because if he gets to hitting on people, he's probably gonna hurt somebody the size he's gonna be. But in all seriousness, when we were young, we were told it take a village to raise a kid. So if he take how he want to raise his kid and the lessons and learns and wisdom from my generation that's helped raising that kid, then what I'm hoping is that this person could come into life a lot more wise earlier than life than we did before we realized that we was on a path to greatness when we was on a path to greatness. There was this coach. And I think it was on TikTok or something. I'm sure all y'all saw it. Everybody was on the football field. They're gonna run from one end of the football to the other. They said that's life. Whoever get to the other end, you're successful in life. And he was like, get on your mark, get set, and he stopped. He said, everybody that's white, y'all come up here to the 40-yard line. Everybody that got both their parents go to the 50-yard line. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, parents that's making over this much money, go to the 60-yard line. And then it was all these black folks at the baseline, and he made them go. You know, a lot of those people at the other end of the football field almost caught them cats that was at the 60-yard line. All they had to do was run 40. They had to do a whole lot more in life, but they had a lot more lessons learned. They got way farther, but was at a disadvantage in life. So we're trying to create a scenario where we could even the playing field.
And like we discussed the last time, like we discussed, and the key word was having to do double the work. So not for our children to have to do double the work to fit in or disarm that negative perception of us as here in America as being black folks in America.
Yeah.
So absolutely. But Robert, I had to do it. I almost did a timeout. Hey, homie, I had a great childhood, man. Besides the hairstyles I had, my childhood was great, homie.
Hey.
I was in New York in the 80s.
You had, nigga.
Yo, I had a
living in the concrete jungle.
I don't want my moms to hear this, but I had a fucked up afro. It was tight at times. But yo,
I mean, the afro wearing, man. You said like you had a cul-de-sac, like they were cutting you into George Jefferson.
No. I only had before I joined the Corps, I only had 3 hair. I had an afro, then I had the high top fade, and then I had my locks, and then voila, I'm in the Corps. So all that came off. But quick story, I had cut my locks off like one day before I went to the Corps. My homie Chris, he still is a barber. He cut my hair off. I had a tight ass fade, yo. And then when we got to Paris Island receiving, and I'm like, yo, I'm good. I don't have no hair. They took that shit right off. Y'all was pissed, man. I was mad, man. The only time I had waves was that day. After that, everything went to shit. Everything went to shit after that. My man Chris, shout out to Chris.
24 hours.
Yo, I had waves, yo. Never in my life I had no hair. And he cut my locks off before I went to boot camp, and I had some. It wasn't 360 finger waves, like, you know, but they was tight, and they took them right off at Paris Island. I was like, yo, what you doing? But yeah, absolutely, man. That like Marcus said, that cycle of you know, strong men, weak men make hard times make strong men make weak times, and weak times make weak men, and the cycle just keeps going and it keeps going and going. But
I think go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think we're a little better because we understand that. We're so versed. I'm not saying that our parents and grandparents weren't, but the accessibility, the fishbowl is bigger now. You know, our grandparents and yeah.
I'm gonna go get the voice one.
All right.
I guess they tried to come down here, and I guess they saw you as like a meeting or something.
Okay.
You want anything?
Thanks. Sorry about that, but yeah, we're our fishbowl is so much bigger where we're accessible. So we have each other. We can get together like this and chat. You know, the village is still there. So we don't have to worry about, you know, where, you know, you're in a small town and everyone goes to the same small church and they're all getting the same small rhetoric. And that's what's shaping the children. we're so diverse now as Black folks in America from different regions of the country that we still communicate, and we're still like-minded individuals, and we're still raising our children. You're there for your grandchildren. Well, you're younger as a grandfather. We're younger. So we're going to be in the lives of our children and our grandchildren longer to provide that stability and integrity and guidance. So I think that's what makes things a little bit different now, for the most part, in my opinion, where I don't have too much fear for the future of our children and our grandchildren. It's going to be harder, the economy, politics, social media, the internet, IT, everything that you gentlemen deal with, that makes things devastating for humanity and society, where we weren't accessible like that back in the day. You found out that grandpa had another family, you usually didn't find that out till you know what I mean? You didn't find that out till the funeral. Nowadays it's like, yo, yeah, you gotta, things are found out easily and quicker now. But we're in the picture, and we're not going anywhere. We have pride in ourselves. We like I said, we said this before, each one teach one, to those that are teachable. If you're teachable, we're reachable. So just be reachable. And we are. Look how we link up, look how we communicate, and that's important. That's my opinion. I'll shut up.
No, I wanted to chime in on that because it was
Yes, sir.
like he was saying about the hard times. Went from poor as hell, living in Brooklyn, same thing, little apartment, too many of us living in there type shit, and then moved down south. But my stepfather used to pump me up with confidence like you wouldn't believe. Like he used to tell me from a really young age, man, you're gonna be wildly successful. We sitting here, I got 4 shirts for the week to wear to school. You know what I mean? We didn't really have it like that. You're gonna be wildly successful. He said you're gonna be doing so much, making so much money. Your dick's gonna be dragging the ground behind you. You have to roll it up in your pant leg. He used to just pump me up with confidence like you wouldn't believe, right? I tried to turn that around and do that same thing with my son. Like, I was hard as shit on my son. My daughters, I got 3 daughters. Anything they want, they can get from daddy. They know that. For better or for worse. It's probably for worse with the older one, but that's another story. But my son, I didn't give him shit. My grandmother was like that with me. My stepfather was like that with me. I had to be like that with him. So now he's this uber independent dude that he just now got to the point of being able to ask me for help for something. So it's probably an extreme one way or the other, but trying to find balance with these kids, and they're all individuals, right? Each one of them is going to be something different, but trying to find that balance, I think is important. And the fact that Marcus Aurelius, we're going to call him that anyway. Hell, when he go down and start dunking on people, he going to have access to every camp. He got Uncle JP to come up there and no, your footwork's fucked up. Let's go do this again, right? He going to be able to run the gambit and have resources to do it. But at the same token, yeah, we're going to have to each one teach one, the whole village, the whole thing, man, all of that, I think is going to play a big part. And as I get older, I just look more and more forward to that type of stuff, man.
No, absolutely. And like you said, it doesn't bother. I don't think it bothers any of us when we know they tried. You know what I mean? We already know the deck is stacked against them, but they tried. So we're gonna help.
Yeah.
Just be teachable. Be receptive to the knowledge that we're gonna give you off of our experience.
Yeah.
And the access we have to knowledge.
Yeah. We connected more so now than ever.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's just. It didn't work. It didn't work in their favor. These ninjas, we acting up nowadays. it ain't looking good for the opposition.
No doubt.
It ain't.
Now, you said something a while ago about success. Now, y'all three are three of the, I'll say three of the more successful people in my immediate circle. Now, being that you are successful, you are, of course, you're black men. What's what's something that nobody either didn't tell you, didn't know to tell you, or that you've learned over the years about being a successful black man in America?
Oh,
I'm gonna let somebody else jump on that. I'll caveat off of it, but my father was he taught me a lot. So I'm a listen first, and then I'll caveat off of what these gentlemen spit to that.
yeah, I think. Gosh, that's a great question though, man. What's one of those things that you had to learn while you were out there? I think I think we discussed this. Me and him hit the range this morning, so I think that whole code switching thing is a thing, right? Like I used to frown at that so much because of Stuart Scott. He's from Orlando. He was on Sports Center, being more ninja than the regular ninjas were, right? It was wildly successful. So in my mind, that translated to I can go over here and be a nigga. I can't walk up in General Dynamics and be a nigga. Get the fuck out. I had other black people telling me, don't come in here being a nigga. You making all the other black folks with some class look bad. Right? So I'm a young brother with dreadlocks down my back. I'm smart. I'm hardworking. I apply it. Don't come in here being a nigga. So, I mean, is it code switching? Is it, we get in-depth conversations about it, like, are you supposed to? You shouldn't be yourself. And then you'll get, oh, you speak so well. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you were eloquent.
You're an eloquent Negro, aren't you? Right. You read that W.E.B. Du Bois wrote like in the 1600s for black folks, didn't you? I was like, no, I actually didn't read that motherfucker, but I appreciate you saying that, right? I just try really hard, right? So how to put on that chameleon suit and fit in to wherever you're going or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish or whatever you're doing. I think that's something I just had to learn on the fly.
Because remember what not to cut you off, JP, but remember what we were stating the last time is the certain things we have. When you learn that, what you learn, and then learning that you have to disarm certain folks in the room because you are the only one in the room that looks like you.
Yes.
So you can't pose a threat because here in the world, I'm not going to say here in America, in the world, they have a perception of Black Americans from movies.
That's it.
Music.
It's crazy.
And there was a podcast. Keith Sweat was just on the podcast, and I think was it DJ Envy asked him, "Do R&B cats ever get a night off?"
Keith Sweat still alive? Goddamn. Okay, I'm
sorry. Yeah, looking good to me.
Was here
his turtleneck on and everything, looking smooth. But he was like, "Yo." He's like, maybe you ain't scratching them records right. He checked them, but it was like you got cats that the perception of black men from America around the world is based off of movies and music, and 90% of that that's not us. You know what I mean? So don't judge me off of Juice. Don't judge me off of Menace to Society. Don't judge me off of Boys in the Hood. These are movies. Things are going to be fabricated, even documentaries or whatever they have. They're fabricated for audiences to draw a crowd.
Yep, entertainment.
That's not us. For entertainment, that's not us. Because, you do a documentary on me. I mean, I told my daughter at one time, she was like, oh, my God, they're monitoring my phone. I'm like, They can monitor my phone all they want. They're gonna be bored. You know what I mean? And you're not doing anything wrong. You don't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
Check my phone. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not. We said it the last time. I'm not making nukes. I'm not bringing drugs into the country.
Yep.
Your focus is on the wrong people. Their focus is always on the wrong people. And we're not gonna get too much into politics, but you know what I mean, let's go to New Brighton. Let's go to Brooklyn, New Brighton. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
Brooklyn's one of the most segregated boroughs and most segregated cities in the country.
Yep.
Is ICE up there doing shit in New Brighton? No. So, like
Not
I said,
yet. They're going to hit all the blue states if he has his way, but
it's going to get there. But I mean, for the initial push, your focus is on the wrong people. You know what I mean? So that's just me. I mean, we're humble, loving people.
I seen something on a podcast. I think it was this morning, and he was like, the most dangerous person to ever walk the earth has always been a white man in a suit. White man in a suit has done more hurt to everybody in the world, not just in America. A white man in a suit from the beginning of time has done more hurt, harm, and caused more danger to anybody on the face of the earth. Yet we get all the flack.
We'll get that is another topic I want to get into another time, rah.
Get all to it.
So back on that
the one,
right? Let's talk about success again for a minute. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I believe over the last, let's say 2 decades, there's been a right sizing and balancing of the scales through different programs to help people of color and minorities do include women, right? You know what I'm saying? The ones that's getting the short end of the stick is now given opportunities to get in positions of influence, significant salaries, significant C class, right? There's something me and JP was talking about when we was out there. We were coming up, right? We done did the military. Now we're starting to become contractors and we're supporting DOD. And the success that was coming to us had us flabbergasted. Like, we're like, did you ever think 10 years ago that we'd be in this position making this kind of money? You know, we were just dumbfounded by the opportunities that we were able to seize inside of a timeline where there's so much segregation and racism and separatism and isolationism. So, you know, we were so excited. And like JP was like, man, I'm trying to get in C. I'm trying to run my own business. I'm trying to be a CEO, a CTO, a CIO, a C, any kind of O. It doesn't really matter. C to the ISO is where we was trying to go. All right. So once you get to that position, I believe we as minorities with these opportunities have a responsibility to mentor, to help others get opportunities. If you're in a position of hiring manager, it ain't got to be a CEO. You're a hiring manager. What are you doing to uplift your people who are dedicating themselves, right? We got good work ethic. We show up to work on time. You know what I'm saying? We have a skill set. We're smart. And we bring a different perspective, which has been proven to improve the bottom line numbers for the Fortune 50 companies. So in this time, so that was the last 20 years. And then we get this cat up here who is rolling back DEI. How the hell do you even pull that off? Rolling back DEI, EEO, firing a whole bunch of minorities, kicking white women out of leadership positions, putting the white suit back in their place like they belong.
Hey, Marcus, to cut you off, I need you to revisit that story that you told us about, you know, that initiative that you headed up as a Hispanic.
Hey, this is payback here. This is my son. This is the new daddy.
That's the new
Man,
dad.
hey,
Right
congratulations,
there.
Pippin.
Congrats to you. One time.
Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
So,
congrats.
case in point, I was working for a DoD contractor, and he was active duty military. So active duty military, I'll let their enlisted go 6 months early, put them into a field as an intern, continue to pay a salary, and learn how to make it in the civilian world. Great program, good opportunity to help military folks figure out how to talk to people, because we don't know how to talk to people in the military. Who a sergeant ain't gonna get it in the civilian world, right? Or, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Is not gonna get it at work, right? So putting them in the workspace, teaching them how to do something, and then also getting these companies who have these opportunities an opportunity to see, hey, these military folks got something to bring. They got a differentiator. They're going to help us get that bottom line right. So during the DEI movement, I'm a director over an organization, and they needed a sponsor to lead one of the minority groups. So the point of the minority group was, hey, Harambe was the black folks group, but it ain't for black folks to get together and be isolated from everybody else and talk about how the white man's holding us down. No, it's grabbing the white dude and a white woman and a Hispanic person, bringing them to meetings, and we discuss the problems that black folks are having inside the workplace, the lack of opportunity, the salary desperation. And you know what they say? I'm having some of those problems too. Hispanic folks are like, well, they don't want to hire me for this. They want me to do low-level stuff for very little salary, but I'm educated. I have a master's degree in whatever. And then women are like, I can't get paid enough. And I don't care if I got more degrees and have more responsibility, I can't get paid enough. So they're starting to see, and they start to take themselves and put them in a place where they're like, okay, so if I don't want to be treated like this, why are they being treated like that? And so they came up thinking they're going to get me to sponsor Harambe, and they wanted me to be a sponsor for Elance, which was for the Hispanic group, because they thought I was Spanish. So I did it anyway, because with DEI, it doesn't matter. So I went in there as a black person and said, hey, I'm here to listen to the issues that Hispanic folks are having in the work center and see if we can make this better and make it fair and balanced. And they had it for white people. They had it for vets. They had it for people who was trying to get to the C class. But I only could get the sponsorship to the Spanish.
I tell people that all the time. I was like, yo, there's 16 shades to black. Yellow being the lightest and black being the darkest. Black is a feature. It's not really a color.
Man, so he the dark of the dark.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you.
Dude you ever met, bro? Real dark. I'm talking about the opposite of Marvel dark.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, you do that side profile. Make sure your nose lines up with your lips. Yo, but for real though, that's I let me show. Go ahead. I had a brain fart.
All right, don't worry about it. All right, so with that success that you've all obtained so far to this point in life, do you ever feel like you're not allowed to be tired because being the successful one, in your family, or being the success that you are, you're not allowed to be tired because people depend on you?
Funny you asked that question. I told my son this the other day. One of my sons, because I got plenty. I said, yo, does your heart get tired? Your lungs
it's like 300.
Working?
Don't worry, I have another son.
Yeah,
I want to replace him. I got plenty of sons. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, Pippin. No, indeed. I was letting him know. I was like, yo, when you go to sleep at night, your heart's still pumping, your lungs are still working, your pancreas is still secreting insulin, fucking your liver's still working, everything's still working. They don't get to take a break. So when I look at our success, that's the way I feel about it. We don't get to take a break, brother. We want to take a break. We should be afforded a break, but in my experience, I have not been able to take a break.
My breaks are
Nothing.
planned. My breaks are planned, but while I'm taking a break, I'm planning on what am I going to do next. It's
Yes.
like, and I don't know if it's, I think it's, again, my stepfather speaking to me through me, where it was like, you're a man. I don't give a shit if you don't eat. Does your kid have a toy that they wanted?
Yeah.
You did your job.
No
So
facts.
I was raised with that. So it's like, it's, if I do take a break, they know that, okay, leave them alone. But at the
But
same token,
J,
it's going to
J,
be something else that's going to come from that. Yeah.
JP, is your mind taking a break? The RZA said, if you sleep, you forever dead. Is your
I
mind
can't,
taking a break?
dog. I had the dumbest dream the other night. Like, I don't sleep without sleeping pills, right? I dreamt that me and Marcus rolled to the yacht place, cussed out the dude for not letting us, not like giving us the private tour like he was supposed to, and bought like this yacht that we was like, yo, son, this is a Gulf only yacht. We ain't doing this on the Atlantic side. Maybe we'll go to Bimini or some shit later on, but it was, I still dream big. So my brain's not going to take too much of a break. Like I'll stop. I say I take a break when I'm doing my job, because at a certain point, my job just becomes second nature, and it's just kind of, and
Okay.
like with all my techies, you become the OG of tech. Hey man, this laptop can't reach that server in this application. It's like, well, did you check the firewall? Did you check the certain things that just, you start just spitting it out. So I don't know if my brain actually takes a break. That's a great question.
So
But I know what stress can do to you physically. So I don't ever
absolutely.
want to start letting the brain think so much that it's not, and it stresses me out, because it stresses me out, then I don't handle that very well. But I'll take a break and then just
So
do some quiet planning. And then
so let me still rah-rah's thunder right quick. So do you think you was built for this?
I think I know I was, man.
Absolutely.
Like
That's what I tell them.
my stepfather, it's like my dick's dragging the ground. I gotta roll it up in my pant leg so it don't get dirty. So the next, whatever. So it's like he put that confidence in me, said, go do it. Oh,
Tag,
you
you're
didn't
it.
know. Oh, you couldn't. I tell you the story. I tell the story about all the time. Like, I have zero patience, right, with teaching. So the Army fit me as a young man. I could get up and yell, hey, you stupid. Hey, get it together. Hey, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I had to learn how to get over that, right? But it's like, I tell the story about me learning how to ride a bike. I was trying to teach my kids how to ride a bike. Like, I taught the first one successfully, was the third round. The first two, you didn't get it in the first 10 minutes. What the fuck am I doing out here? That's how short a patience I had as a younger man. So I learned how to ride a bike. My older brother stole a bike, told me to get on it and keep up, or we're going to leave you.
Yeah, I got some bike
So
stories.
now I'm running beside the bike. I'm running on the bike. The pedals is fucking my legs up. I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to ride a bike. And oh, by the way, them niggas didn't tell me to stop. So I'm running into shit, like to stop, or jumping off the bike and rolling. Like, I'm fucking and rolling off the bike because I don't know how to stop. He's like, pedal backwards, stupid. So it's like, that's how I had to learn stuff. So fast forward now is like trying to teach that type of stuff. It's like, I'm not the one to do it. And I was so happy. I was so proud. Like, this little girl, my 8-year-old, learned how to ride a bike. It could be midnight and she want to ride that fucking bike. I will take you wherever you want to go to ride that bike, because I actually felt like I felt like that's one of my bigger accomplishments in having patience in teaching and doing that type of stuff.
Well, you did say that the other day. You was like, yo, when we had to reschedule, you was like, yo, I promised my seeds I'm going to take them to the park.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You was like, yo, I'm taking my kids to the park. So
Yeah.
that's important. And that's what's up. But to lighten, to jokingly lighten the mood, JP, say Marine Corps. No, real quick. No, I want to hear how you say Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
Now, rah-rah, He said Army about 2 minutes ago. What the Army taught him. I need you to edit that out and put Marine Corps. Make it come out his mouth. do some AI shit and make this dude say Marine. What the Marine Corps taught me was, we don't do that Army thing around here. You know what I mean? So when you go back and do your edits, do that AI thing. Marine Corps.
I got you.
Man, for me, that mind and that body, both of them is equally lazy. So they teach this. They teach it. They say complacency is the devil's workshop, right? Yeah. So we want to stop. We want to take that break. Your body wants to take that break. Your mind wants to take that break. But if you're going to continuously improve, if you want to fulfill your, your responsibility to your neighbor, to your brother, to your coworker, to your peer, I don't think you can rest, to be honest with you. Even to take it a step further than that, I believe that the same energy and dedication and charisma that it took to get you where you was to be successful is required to the end. So they all, when we were young, it was like, hey, finish. Remember when you was playing sports, right? They like, finish strong, because when the pain starts to set in, you become complacent. You start to pull back because your mind's saying, no, you don't need to do this. You need to stop. You need to stop. So you got to push through that. And pushing through that, like, I'd say that it's a thankless job. But I've had people, because we're a more connected world now. Facebook, if you ever looked at Facebook's mission statement or vision statement, take a look at that. It's pretty funny. It has nothing to do with advertising. It's all about making a connected world and making the world a smaller place. However, on the back end, they're making billions of dollars on advertisements. That's slick game, right? So why not use the game? And that's why I said charisma. Why are we using game to number one, inspire others to be their best self? Because that's what it's really about. Or using your game to get yourself in a position that help uplift people that's already showing greatness and is being cheated unfairly because of the complexion of their skin, their sex, their sexual orientation, whatever it is. Right?
That's what you said. The last, that was one of the things you recapped from last time. It was the military is a cheat code, man. It's and I call it. I think somebody else coined the phrase already, but it's the hardcore soft skills.
Yes. So
will learn how to get your ass up on time and be punctual. You will learn how to finish a task from start to finish. You will learn how to communicate what is, what it ain't, what's needed, what's not. You will learn these things, and it's like most people don't ever touch it, and it's crazy. It's like, and that's why a lot of times we don't fit in out here. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you whining over that? Or why are you not getting this done? Why are you not getting up? You know you got to go somewhere at 7. Why are you up at 6? Get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so Robert, let me ask the question right quick to the consensus, because between the four of us, we've probably been to about 80 plus countries.
No, I ain't
got no. Do you believe that the umbrella that we're protected under in America as Black men is better than any other place on the planet?
Here? He asked you the question. I want to see what you say.
No. This question is for the consensus.
Let's for everybody.
Ask that question again, please. Ask that question again.
Let me rephrase the protection, the umbrella that we're under here in America as Black men. Is it the greatest on the planet, in your opinion, from all the countries that you've been to and all the experiences that you've seen from other Black people in other countries? And I've been to Africa. I mean, we've seen horror stories, Rwanda, Uganda. The umbrella of protection that we have here with the way that we're structured, the United States is structured of the Department of War now, and we spend $900 billion plus a year to put warheads on foreheads. Do you think that gives us an advantage as Black men in America to be more successful than Black men anywhere else, in your opinion?
Affirmative.
I'll say yeah, but it is
still double the work, pimping.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm trying to figure out how to word it because I don't want to come off
Get political.
right. You know,
We said we
uh,
was
Somebody
gonna be
asked, we
political,
trying to get
but we're
pulling
talking
out.
about being successful black men.
I mean, but there are
JP,
countries.
JP, would you be successful like this in Jamaica?
I think I don't want to step on what you were about to say, Rich, but
It's subjective. It's subjective.
I think it's very subjective. I think would I be the successful in Jamaica? I don't think there's as much opportunity in Jamaica,
Opportunities.
but I think I would be wildly successful if I had the same blueprint, the same, booting my
Right.
ass, pause, from my stepfather and from the military. If I had those same pushes in education, um, I think I would be successful, but I wouldn't be as successful as I'm right now. I don't think so.
So you'd be
So that's
successful for where you were, where you are. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
In general, not being particular to us individually, just asking opinions, but consensus wise, successful black men,
Yeah,
consensus
there's a
wise.
lot going on in the United States right now. We're doing authoritativism or whatever the hell you want to call it. We're doing isolationism from the rest of the United States, even targeting some of our allies. Um, but even though we hate a lot of things that's going on, and we hate this double standard where you got to do double the work, but I don't think the opportunity would be any greater for any of us in another land, honestly. Um, and it all falls back to people who did the work during the civil rights movement to a point where people recognize that there's been an injustice and we need to level this out, and we reap those benefits. And now they're being pulled from us. Some of these things that level things out are being pulled from our communities, the help, the assistance, the direction that we need to help us get the opportunities that we received in our lifetime.
Yeah.
That grandson of mine might, no kidding, not be able to be successful due to a lack of opportunity because of some of these things that were put in place to kind of level out the United States and let it be a level playing field is now away, and then it's going to start to separate it.
So you think that it's a tone deafness now, or they're just dead to empathy, empathizing against what happened to our ancestors?
I don't think they ever were empathetic. Like, I
Because
don't.
it used to be an empathy in the '60s, somewhat in the '70s. Now it's like it's tone deaf now. I think they're just sick of us in general. Like I said, not being particular of what the fact that we were set back so far and not capitalizing off of anything that's well, I won't say that. Let me retract. We are capitalizing on things, but not at a rate that we should have if we would have started on the same foot.
Right.
Now, I think if we started at the same place, same point in time, it would be a gap. It would just be flip flop. Same opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
but we've already closed the gap with less. So if you give us the same, we're gonna take off,
No,
and
I agree.
that's what they're
It's
afraid of.
going to be a bell curve across the world. You don't apply yourself in education, you're going to get paid for less money. You get paid for what you know, you get paid for what you do. And that has nothing to do with race, right? If you don't apply yourself or get a skill that's worth compensation that's high, you're not going to make a lot of money in life. And other people, they become a doctor and they live a easy life sometimes and make millions of dollars. Some business owners come up with an idea and make millions of dollars real quick, cash out, and just float through the life for the rest of their life. So I mean, it's a lot, again, that's going on today that makes me wonder If they pull back some of the stuff that levels it out, do we create this low of no opportunity? And I hope that it never gets to that, to be honest with you.
So
eventually somebody somewhere who got some sense gonna have to step in and like correct some stuff.
Right. And so let's devil's advocate. So I said 20 years we were dealing with trying to level out these scales, right? And when Floyd got killed up in Minnesota, since Minnesota is relevant right now, and he got killed and everybody was protesting, we had a conversation amongst the company saying, hey, there's a lot going on with race right now, and this is a safe place, and blah, blah, blah. And I had asked them, I said, hey, what if I told you that we were having a racist problem with a government customer that's paying your bills and paying your profit line for this particular company? Were you willing to go and fight that for that minority?
They won't breach that contract.
Yeah.
For
you know what?
cause.
You know what? I had a black person tell me, can we just have our moment? It was out of ignorance. What
moment was he talking about?
He's saying, why do we got to bring it back to the company? Why can't black folks have that? So my question back to him is that, am I not black enough? I'm a black man from Mississippi. Am I not black enough to speak on this? And I'm talking profitability, I'm talking about business, and I'm talking about racism, because I have a minority that's deployed overseas, female, that's having a problem with a white man that's military officer. Are you willing to fight the government that can mess up your relationship and mess up your bottom line
contract?
And I said, honestly, from where I sit right now, I don't think you would. I don't honestly believe in my heart that you're willing to throw the money away for morality, for moral. You're not going to do it.
So Marcus, not to cut you off, like they always say that, black parents have to teach black sons how to interact with the police from a young age. Should we focus on how to navigate during these times of these insensitivities, the lack of empathy that's going on nowadays, that slavery was 400 years ago? You all should have pulled, what they say now, pull what we've been saying in the military, but now they pull yourself up by the bootstraps. So now do we pivot and teach how to navigate around that, how to hustle that? Because this is how you looked at nowadays. So don't even think you're going to get empathy.
That's a good question. I got pulled over yesterday.
Yeah,
I got pulled over by a cop. So I came out of turning lane, got back in the main lane, and cut some people off. When someone saw the police lights, I knew I was in the wrong. So when I was young in Mississippi, as a black person, there were certain things that you were trained to do. And now it's like, hey, man, we want to fight, blah, blah, blah. But if you're in the wrong, you make sure you conform, make sure you don't get in any trouble. The last thing I'm going to do is be reaching around this car that I know has a firearm in it with a cop coming up to the car. So driver license out the window, right off the bat. He, gave his little wow, and I was like, okay. And he went back and checked my tag, came back and said, all right, you have a good day. I just gave you a warning. All right, cool. And keep it moving. Nothing crazy. The last thing you want to do is have your son or your grandson out here in a car talking about, oh, you racist, you pulled me. Bro, it's getting to that time, right? It's almost like when I was raised by my grandparents. So my grandparents were born in 1929. So she is telling us with a mentality from 1929. It was fight the power in the 70s and 80s, right? And now, in the 20s, I'm being trained by somebody and we stayed out of trouble. It's not worth it. Life is too precious to be playing games with ignorant people.
Facts. What we say, Rara, 2 weeks ago, the spook that sat by the door.
Somebody gotta teach them, man. Get all the information you can and then bring it back to your people, man.
I think as a people, I think we got to start navigating differently. That's my opinion. And like I said, intel is everything, counter intel is everything, psych ops is everything. Mind over matter. I mean, I just think we have to navigate differently during these times because what they call it? Black fatigue or some shit.
Wow, you mentioned it. I was about to say something about that, right?
Black fatigue, yeah.
Let's speak on it. Let's speak on it, right?
I'm tired of this shit, man.
Hey, Marcus, not to cut you
I'm
off.
tired
It
of
goes
shit.
back. It goes back to that skit you was talking about when they say, "Yo, if you have both parents, go to the 20-yard line, go to the 40-yard line, look behind you. You see them cats back there? That's the disadvantage that they're at. They don't. I don't think anyone cares about that anymore. Fatigue has set in.
Yeah. So I think that we might have squandered some of these opportunities we've been talking about away a little bit. Some of us took more advantage than others. I think we squandered it away as a people. And now they're fed up with it because now there's this level of privilege. Now think about this. I'm a devil's advocate. Let's devil's
Absolutely.
advocate. These
Yes.
people who are effing us up right now are like, hey, why do I have to wake up in the morning and feel bad about being white? Because it was getting that bad.
Yeah,
Why don't I
absolutely.
have a white NAACP, but they got an NAACP and it's all power, it's all black power, it's freaking kumbaya. Bro, we're throwing it in their face. And then we got this sense of
Yeah.
arrogance and entitlement that's really pissed off a lot of people.
You know what
Anytime.
Ra told them? Ra told them they got country music TV.
I've heard a sergeant major listening to a country music song, and the hook was "Running like a nigger in the country, son." And I'm fixing his computer, and I looked at this dude, and I looked at the computer. I looked back at him. I dropped the mouse and I
Brother.
walked the fuck out. I was like, "Yo, somebody else gonna fix this shit, bro. I'm
Hey,
not
brother,
doing
you should have loaded a Tor onion to his shit. And
Oh,
For real.
you know I'm cybersecurity. And I say, yo, y'all
Yes.
doing keystroke recording?
yeah, you
Over
should
here
have put a
listening
Tor.
Listening to
Like,
Copy some
can't make
hard
this up.
computer and go on it.
I didn't know that country
Yeah.
song existed. Why would I?
You should have hooked
Years
them
later,
up.
that was Kosovo. Years later, that's a Boondock skit, right? It's like, don't let your little nigglets grow up to be full-blown niggers. That's the number one hit in the whole Bible Belt, right? But it's like, yeah, man, I don't know, bro. It teaches them different.
Yo.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we got to hit on it all the time. Like you have to try and keep up with the times. Like I've gotten my life threatened on my bicycle, but I've been stopped while I was, trying to get my swerve on with somebody in the passenger seat while I'm driving, and I swerved a little bit, and the guy stopped, and it was like, "Slow down, Army. When you get out of the Army?" He's like, "Oh man, shit, blah blah blah." He was Navy or something like that. Chopped it up with me. Hand me your license. I hand it back to you. Boom, boom, boom. Take your time. I was like, look, man, this is what was going on. She embarrassed, but I'm not. He's like, that makes for a good date. Have a good night. You know what I mean? So navigating them cops, it could be anything. You never know what you're gonna get. But I always tell them, like, look, you just got to be your first degree cautious.
Absolutely.
Your name is forever cautious. And it's like you just got to navigate it. Like he's going to tell you what the temperature is. Don't worry about that. So whatever he stops you and he starts turning, if the temperature's on 1,000, that's how you handle it. If it's low key, like, all right, cool. I can talk to you. Look, I made a mistake or whatever. So I think every situation is going to be different. But yeah, I get that.
Hey, Ra, I know we're wrapping it up for time, but one thing we didn't touch on that we have to touch on a later date, not to take it to the negative, but there's a saying is like, be careful when you have your blinders, your battle rattle on. You got your blinders down where you can't see your enemy to the left or to the right of you.
Yeah.
And that's what we Ra say. We always, what he say, fiend, we only fuck with a few.
Only fuck with a few.
I like
That'd
that.
be a whole nother topic, because then we got our brothers that
I got you.
Ain't our brothers.
Yeah. Now, like I said, we coming up on time, but if you had to tell your 18-year-old self
You sure you want to do this?
Oh man,
well,
Hey,
I got a
Interstellar.
list. I got a list for that. Yo,
let
son,
me
I got a list for that too.
You're gonna have to be particular. We talk about stock options, what companies to
uh,
invest to,
Yes.
or what women don't fuck with.
I got a list. Yes. Don't
what's
go in
one thing
there.
you would tell your
Oh
18-year-old
man,
self that you know he would completely ignore
Oh
and do it
shit!
man,
anyway?
them
Get married.
rims, them $5,000 rims is gonna be worth $80,000 30 years from now. Put that 5K in this ETF, you'll make close to
Yo,
100K.
yo, me and Rara was in Walmart. I think I blew a sub. I think I had JL Audio sign. We were, and I blew a sub, and we went right to Walmart and got that Sony 12-inch and tossed that bitch in the box.
Rip and replace, baby.
Yo,
I love it.
yo,
Yeah.
but you got narrow. You got to make that swim lane a little narrower, Sir Rich.
About being
Financially,
about being a black man.
oh shit.
Yeah, for sure. He ain't gonna listen to that. Them rims, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Yo, sir, I'm trying to hit the block. That what we talking about? Mini disc player? I had a mini disc player in the joint and a CD changer in the
Keep,
back. You don't need that
keeping up,
joint, man.
yeah, absolutely. Keeping up with the perception of what our culture is on when it's televised. Don't pay attention to that perception of our culture that's televised.
We are trendsetters though, man. It's the dumbest and coolest thing
It is.
in
It is.
the world. I have never been anywhere where the black man the American black man has not been mimicked.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I went to Italy to the movie theater and ran into some short. They were like dressed like they were going to a hip hop club and they call it sexy black music, and that's where they wanted to go. So I hit the movie theater, and after that we hit a club. I walk, and this is Vicenza, Italy, in early 2001. And we hit the block and we go in the club, and three dudes show up in Adidas sweatsuits.
It's so funny you said that. Holy shit.
I said, holy, and then they start trying to break dance. So I get down and I do a couple of things. I know like 4 moves, dog. I ain't got a whole lot in the arsenal. And these cats were blown away by it. I said, next time I come, have a cardboard, nigga. I ain't fucking my knees up with this.
JP, but let me ask you one thing. Were they matching though? Because I was in Spain 2002 in Zaragoza, and they thought they knew I wasn't from Africa. And them cats
right
out
away.
there, they had a Nike. The dude had a sweatshirt. It was fly, but it was the Nike top with the Adidas bombers and some Puma sneakers. You can't do that.
I was like, yo, sir. It was like they don't know no better. So I let it go. I probably shouldn't have let it go. I should have really pulled his card and said, yo, son, you can't be doing this, man. You gotta have the whole joint. I said, where your bucket at, son? He was like, yo, what do you mean? What is a bucket? I said, never mind.
Hey, Rara, Michael might have got away with that because he got that Coolio pretty ass hair, so he was meant to be in the Horn of Africa.
They thought he was from over there.
Yeah, they thought he was from over there, but me, I was an American black boy. They knew who I was.
Yeah, they know.
I had my Timbs, my polo shirt. Hey, so they already knew I didn't have the mask skirt on. I was just chewing on that cot.
Real shit. If I was trying to tell 18-year-old dark skin something that I wouldn't pay attention to, is being a real nigga ain't what it's all cracked up to be.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
Humility.
I wouldn't listen to that.
Yeah, humility.
Huh?
Yeah.
Would not listen to that junk, bro.
Yeah.
Humility is a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That girl with that giraffe neck don't love you, man. Don't do it. You couldn't have told me that. At 18, you couldn't have told me that. I'm not listening to you. Yes, she does. Did you
y'all
say
with
that?
a long neck.
That's why I told Ron, you gotta be particular now. We could talk, go get Apple, 2007, go get that Bitcoin. You gotta be particular, man. You can't just throw it out there and be like, what would you not do?
Talking about you gonna make $1 million, I'll probably listen to that shit.
Yeah.
So the question was, what would I not listen to?
Yeah,
right?
what would you not listen to?
What would I not listen to? Yeah, I don't know,
So
bro.
you was
Would've been
particular.
good
My
advice.
bad.
Yeah.
That's all female realm.
Yeah, the money I might listen to, the female, the Flash.
Yeah, we're not listening to that.
I'm not listening to that.
We're not listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, South Beach. That was my wonder years before I joined the Marine Corps after I left New York. I wasn't listening to nothing. Because JP know the freedoms you have in Florida is night and day from the freedoms you will have in New York, where you especially when you're younger, you're on your block, you're at grandma's house, you're on the stoop, you go to the bodega, you go to the corner store, whatever. Then I moved to Florida, and then I'm all over South Florida. So the freedoms was different. Didn't tell me anything. I'm not listening. I'm not listening to nothing.
My cousins is like we would go to New York in the summer after we moved, and it's like, man, we can't do nothing here. They would come down to the country and right outside Orlando and then hang out. It's like, man, we would be on the block from 8 o'clock in the morning to like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And it's just 4 of us running around doing dumb shit. And it was like, we had so much freedom to move around. They were like, this is crazy. I was like, yeah.
Freedom.
And it would see like a girl is like, yo, she fat, son. Make sure she fat. I was like, yo, she fat. She fat. That's what you say. You know what I'm saying? So and it was yeah,
hey,
but
JP, the Florida girls are aggressive.
yeah, like them Germans, right? So it's like you get the briefing. You get the briefing before you come down. It's like, look, man, they're aggressive. It's different.
You're a little different. You're a little different here. So
it's a little different down here. That country mouse, city mouse pitch used to work. I was batting 1,000. It worked every time. So it was good times. And 18-year-old me was like, you don't want me to do what? It's all right. Yeah. All right, old man. I'll survive it. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
brother.
I appreciate y'all, man.
I think I got a crisis going on out here with the.
Hell yeah. I hear them like, turn up, open the door like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it or not. I need to probably go resolve
we love
this.
You, man.
Hey, man, love y'all too, man. I appreciate y'all, boys, man. Hey.
Love you guys, man. All right. Glad to hear everybody's doing good, man. We'll do it again soon.
So we're definitely gonna do it again, man. Y'all boys take it easy.
Yep, no doubt.
Peace. Yo.
It's everything, it's nothing. It's life that we discussing. From touchdowns to takedowns, from hustling to bluffing. Politics to passion. It's all about the journey. Flip the script on the world. Never stop, we keep it turning. Talking huff, we talking lows. Everything you wanna know. From the top, we set the tone. This is the place to call you home. Welcome to everything but nothing, where every topic's on the table. It's everything, it's nothing. It's life that we discussing. From touchdowns to takedowns, from hustling to bluffing. Politics to passion, it's all about the journey. Flip the script on the world, never stop, we keep it turning. Talking huff, we talking lows.